So these transitions are not whips, pan, zoom, nothing like After Effects, not plugins, nothing like crazy things that you've seen in the last couple of years. These are actual movie-based cinematic ways of changing scene to the next scene. Let's get into it. Okay, so these transitions are the OG ones, the one that actually make sense in a storytelling settings. Sorry my voice, it's a bit low, but we're in this beautiful location, and the first transition we're covering is the same direction cut. When you have a scene, it can be a gimbal, it can be a drone, it can be absolutely anything with a smooth motion towards one specific direction, and then you cut to the next scene being the same exact direction. That will help the viewer not even see that there is a cut there. Obviously this is the most obvious and the simple one, but if you use this well enough in your sequences, it will make a lot of difference. Next one up is the subject movement shot, and pretty much what's happening in this is either a subject or like my head, for example, is just moving in the same direction in the same shot, like this for example. So you can use this technique with your talking heads for YouTube. You can use this technique with a subject running, for example. You can use this technique with like something falling. You just follow along. Just make sure the sound and the subject kind of matches pretty much exactly from the scene before, otherwise that's just not going to work. Number 3 is another classic. Oh, it's cold. Number 3 is another classic cinematic shot, and this is cutting between a wide to a medium to a close-up shot. Yes, this is technically not like a transition, but if you see it in the actual cinematic sense of it, a transition is going from one scene to the other without the actual viewer realizing it. And if you see a big wide shot and then you have the same shot just on a medium, maybe like a 50mm lens, and then you have the same shot, just a very close up, doesn't have to be like a longer lens, maybe it's still a 50, but the camera actually goes closer to the subject, that will have the audience pretty much going closer into the subject and like getting intimate with what's happening with the action, and will help transition better. So usually it's not really a rule, and rules are also made to be broken, but if you have a wide shot, usually have a medium after and then a close up and then maybe another wide or a few details, and that will help your storytelling kind of get through the sequence better. I can literally look at the camera right now and see all the particles of the haze. I feel like I'm losing my voice also. Okay, we moved to a different location, as you can see, and a tricky one is sound. So we're going to transition for this quiet rice field to a stormy ocean, and to do that we're going to have the ocean sound coming in slowly, integrating with the shot of the rice field so that your brain starts to realize that something is coming, and as soon as you see the ocean, then your brain connects it and you're like, oh, true, because I was listening to the ocean sound and now I see the ocean. And usually I use that when I have to transition from something very obvious, so from like a rice field to an ocean, or when I have to transition from like a scene, from landscape to another landscape, something that doesn't make sense with each other, then I use sound. Okay, the last one I want to cover are film burns. Film burns are absolutely my favorite way of transitioning something, you know, like me talking in studio to me in actual location. You can use any kind of overlays, just don't overuse them, and use maybe like one or two in the same video. And I really like film burns because they just look filmic, cinematic. So these were 5 transitions every filmmaker should know about. As I said, you don't need any plugins, you just need your skills. So try these out. Let me know below if you try them out and you can't do anything. Just reach out to me, I'll be happy to help you. And leave a like, subscribe, all those things, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.